Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's Lair. I am your host, Larry, the delectable Chupanibre, and today we're checking out another Android game. It's also available on iOS. It's called Gas by Diametric Games, and Gas is a fun sort of, goofy game that, as I'm sure you may have guessed, involves a green sort of pooty gas, and it might come out of a person, but I won't ruin the surprise. We'll just jump in here and start doing the thing. So, here we are, at a Mexican restaurant, and wouldn't you know it, we've gotten a little queasy in our digestive tract, and we need to run and to do the thing. So, using our trusty butt poots, we will fly through the air like we don't even care. And, being especially careful to avoid anything that looks like a stomach tablet, or, I already hit one. It was a sneaky little flyer you might not have seen there. And we got to avoid eating too many spicy, fart-inducing foods. But we've also got to avoid taking too much stomach medication too, because we're a dainty fast food goer. And well, if we get too much of either one, our stomach will absolutely flip its top, and we will crap ourselves. And if there's one game that I've been meaning to play on camera, it's the game done up by the same people that did Rogue Legacy, and that's the game Don't Shit Your Pants. And that is kind of the goal here. We gotta roam through here, eating burritos and getting some onions and tacos, and trying desperately to just not get too many of those and make sure our gasometer doesn't get overloaded. But also that we don't get not nearly enough, because if that gasometer goes all the way down to the bottom, we're gonna shit our pants. And that's gonna make getting back to the hotel a pain in the patootie. Yeah, I mean, I kinda like this game. It's really fun to fly around, and oh, this is not gonna end well for me, is it? Can I just walk over here? Nope. Let's sneak down here on ground level, over the taco stand. So this is pretty much the crux of Gas. You gotta avoid the medication, you gotta avoid taking too many, food-related items that give you gas on the way to the exit, and explore this robust, illustrated and animated countryside full of food items and, I don't know, poopy pills. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a nice environment, it's a fun concept. I dig it, and I need some edibles or I'm gonna shit everywhere. So now we gotta sneak over this tree, and somewhere in the distance in this world, which I don't think is randomly generated, there is the exit, which we have got to carefully maneuver our way towards through ancient Mayan ruins and taco stands and over donkeys. I'm gonna call this donkey Frankie. Hello, Frankie, you donkey bastard. You cheated cards, Frankie. Why do donkeys always cheat at cards? Alright. So, yeah. Gas is pretty tasty. Oh, don't hit me with... Oh, well, those flying guys are the worst. They will take the most out of your gasometer and make it so you gotta poop yourself. Not the best. Also, some of these things you can't avoid. Like, that last time I played, I couldn't avoid that one up at the top of the pyramid. Oh, crap. Oh, and I think that's the end of the stage. Yep, level complete. So right now, this is the foolish version that I re-downloaded off of Google Play, because, I was kind of, busy and I didn't get a chance to record this, so as an apology for my tardiness in creating this video for those fellas over at Diametric Games, I have, I have purchased this game. It's just $1, not a big deal. And, right now, there's just this level in the game. Now, I don't mind this game. It's got some good mechanics. There's just a couple of things in the core of the game that kind of bug me. The first is, it can take a little bit to work up any momentum in this game, and I've gotten hung up on earlier versions on different objects quite often. And that can be a little bit of a persnickety thing with me, is getting hung up and I just lose my flow, you know? I got my Jimmy Jammy flow going, and I don't like to interrupt that. I don't suppose a lot of people do like to interrupt that. So maybe just working on the momentum of your character as he starts to fart and poot everywhere would be helpful. The other thing that, kind of bugs me is I don't feel the need to have on-screen buttons for a phone game. Now, this isn't like a terrible thing. It's not horrendous, and a lot of people still do this, but I think in mobile games, you really just need to divide the screen in half, and everything going on the left side of the screen is what controls my character, and everything going on the right side of the screen is what controls my flatulence. You feel me? So that way, you really don't have to worry about your finger wandering off of the buttons. Now, they have given me very generous-sized buttons that I have not strayed off of too badly in this game, since you only have to worry about up, down, left, and right. But, I feel like if you just give me the whole screen to work with, I can get a much comfortable grip on my phone. I can put my fingertips, my thumb tips wherever I daintily well please, and we're all the happier for it. And that, I think, goes into where I see this game going, because we only have this one level right now, but where I see this game going is, we can go on a magical culinary farty adventure all around the world, I feel like. And by that I mean we can go to India, we can go to Thailand, we can go to China. I mean, every culture has probably got something that makes you all farty. I mean, you know, we could go to the southern states, so we could have some really bad barbecue, you know? All sorts of things could make you farty and need to poop, you know? There's all sorts of things, so we could go on various bizarre adventures of that variety. The other thing is that I think we can get a couple more types of gameplay in here, you know? Like, maybe there's, as levels progress, we gain the ability to do like a Kamehameha party attack on enemies. Because some enemies, you can't be avoided. They'll come at you. They'll come at you, bro, and you gotta go mano-a-mano with them, or else you'll poop yourself. Maybe there's also enemies that throw stuff at you, so I don't know if you've ever been to a grocery store with free samples. I think most people have. But in a grocery store, you could totally have, like, an enemy inside the grocery store. In fact, the grocery store level could be free sample day, and there's a lot of spicy foods everywhere that you gotta contend with. And one of the people that's in there is throwing out a free sample of the latest flavored chewable, butt medication, so that you don't get an upset tummy and poop yourself, you know? This is a whole lot about not pooping yourself. I think we've stated that a few times. And then you could even do a game where it's less about, worrying about your gasometer, where it's more about you ate the Turbo Supreme, like, butt blaster burrito at a gas station or a food truck, because you heard about the hype, and you didn't believe everybody. And so then you've got a timer. You don't have to worry about your gasometer. You got all the farts you could possibly want, and then you've got to use, like, a fart dash ability against a time challenge. You feel me? I think there's lots of room for all kinds of different gameplay. And that would allow you to, with that sort of stuff I was talking about playing with not having buttons on screen, to use more swipe capacity in a game. You could swipe to use your Kamehameha blast of fartiness, or you could do like a double tap upwards to do a power fart, really quickly dodge something that'll instantaneously make you poop your pants, no matter how much stuff you've got in your gasometer. You could use all sorts of fart powers, and I think you should really utilize as much of the phone capacity as possible, because I think this game would really lend well to swipe controls. Now, your primary controls would still be like, you know, drag left and right across this left side of the screen to do stuff. But then, you know, you could use, like, you know, the rest of the screen, the other side of the screen, to do double taps and right swipes and left swipes and all sorts of swipes to use, like, jet propulsion. Maybe you do like I don't know, like a downward swipe to fart yourself or something, to use a defensive fart. You got lots of options. But as it is right now, if I just had an entire game full of dynamic farty platforming with weird foods, I think it would be pretty good. I just kind of like to spitball my ideas for where I think this could go, and what I think would really make it the strongest possible, because some of my favorite games have had a lot of swiping potential, you know? But I think if you just refined the momentum in this game, maybe added some more enemies, like herbal supplements if you went to India for an adventure, and got rid of these buttons in favor of, like, you get half the screen for each thing, you'd be doing okay. Doing pretty suave. As it stands right now, it seems like this is the only level. I may have installed this wrong. This might be still using an older version of the game. But it's $1. You get to fart around Mexico, having farty adventures, flying through the air like you just don't care. And, yeah, I kind of like the concept. It looks like it's going to be some pretty good fun. But, you know, it's a little early to say because it's not complete. It doesn't seem completely done. But I could be wrong. So very nice job, folks, over at Diametric Games. I've been keeping track of this game since its original Kickstarter. And it's turning out pretty stanky. And by stanky, I mean absolutely delectable. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry the Chupacabra. Don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you enjoyed this game. And want to check it out for yourself, you can find the links in the description. And if you have a game that you'd like me to check out, or that you feel would make for a great review, or you are the creator of and you want more visibility by having Larry play it for a first look, or doing like a review like I've done here, then send it to me. Either send me a comment or send me a message over the YouTubes, or you can even email me, which is the preferred method. You can find that out in my About section. And until next time, goodbye, everybody.